We are back, baby. What is going on? Happy Friday to you, and welcome back to the extras. Hope y'all had a great week. Looks like Nance is first in the chat. Appreciate you, my man. Just got out of the shower after cutting grass. Oh, okay, so you're not working. That's awesome, man. It was a decent day for cutting grass. I was cutting grass today and got rained on twice, but hey, didn't let that stop me. Wet grass chunks everywhere. Tessa in the chat as well. She says, hey, I'll be back. That's okay. Started the stream a little later than planned, but we are here. Nance says, PSA, tomorrow is 7-Eleven day, which means free Slurpee at 7-Eleven. So if you have a 7-Eleven near you, get out there. Oh my gosh. I've been hearing about both of these stories for like the past week. So I had to talk about them. This is... You know, a lot of times when people have a problem that they need to be solved, they will bring it to the internet. Because when a bunch of people see what is happening, you know, the truth of your plight, it will get resolved. You know, the right person will see it, or whatever. Well, it didn't quite work out that way for either of these two. They're not related. They kind of have way different stories, but yeah, the internet is fair and just, and sometimes, you know, they don't expect the entire story, I guess, to be known by people who are viewing their content. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Amy has, of course, an awesome breakdown of the second saga. But for the first one, I actually found on... X, where someone has posted the entire clip of this deleted video. Thankfully, because this creator did realize way too late that she was in the wrong after thousands of comments and deleted the video. But the internet does not forget, and there are plenty of people that sneakily download the videos when they know it's going to be something like this. Black Magic in the chat, what is going on, my man? He says, yo, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you as well. Hope you had a great week. Cheers to you. And Hummingbird, if she is out there. Nance also says hello. But yeah, so... yeah, I actually screen recorded this video when I saw it. So I have the screen recording of this on my cell phone just in case, but I was able to find it on Twitter. So, we will check this out via... Let me find this account name. Oh no. Okay. Lebsian Kitten. Okay? Very prolific tweeter. Okay, this happened 2 days ago. I had to scroll like 14 miles to get here. Black Magic says, HK may swing by. I'm still working and not sure what she's up to. Oh, okay. I got you. Still out working. I'll be hitting the weights soon, he says. Nice. Nice. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. You're in a different time zone. I'm... Of course you're still working. Okay. So, Robin, thank you for this video. This is Katherine Ebbs. And, She recently had a huge crisis happen in her life where she ordered groceries from Sam's Club and they did not get delivered. I'm not sure what the circumstances are. Maybe she was in a place where Sam's Club doesn't deliver to. Some sort of wild animal might have consumed her groceries while they were in transit. I'm not exactly sure what happened, okay? But she was in need of some food, okay? They were on vacation, and Sam's Club could not deliver. And apparently she is used to Sam's Club delivering, okay? Now, not to knock Sam's Club, it is a fine store. But it is Walmart. It's just bulk Walmart, okay? So, I don't know if people who shop at Sam's Club feel like some type of way about it, like people who shop at Erewhon do. But this particular creator definitely does. She says in the tag of her original video, "We ordered ours 4 days in advance, so this didn't happen." So she ordered her groceries 4 days in advance, didn't receive them, okay? And so she has to go to a local small town grocery store and well, let's just check out her little vlog from the small town grocery store. Let me back it up here. Okay. So, the tag on the top says, "Our grocery order got canceled, so we're last-minute shopping on a holiday weekend." Sounds crazy. Sam's Club canceled our order 3 different times. How did you place your order 4 days in advance and Sam's Club canceled it 3 times? I don't know what is happening here. If you have ordered delivery from Sam's Club, maybe you can explain this to me, but I could not decipher what the actual problem was that led her to this grocery store, but it seems like this is her first time in any grocery store, or really any store. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Sam's Club canceled our order 3 different times, so we are in this teeny tiny little town in the mountains, and we're gonna try and hopefully get all of our groceries for the next 4 days.
Now, teeny little towns in the mountains still have people who live there that eat food. So I'm guessing that it is a smaller version of literally every grocery store. Laughing.
This is so small town vibes.
Having a rubber mat walking into the store is so small town vibes. Now, this creator got a lot of backlash, and I don't think it's going to be hard to figure out why.
Funny.
Nice nails, though.
This is not going to be good news. We don't even have a cart?
Walks past all the carts and says, "They don't even have carts."
This is a simulation.
It's a simulation, guys. This is a simulation because she walked past the carts and can't find a cart. We're in a simulation.
Oh, shit. Here we go, I guess. While she's grabbing that. You do need a melon?
Okay, we got a watermelon. Looks like a watermelon. She's just sitting here laughing. Now, if you were a person who's shopping in this grocery store, I don't know how you would feel about her just laughing. I don't know, dude. I try and give everybody the benefit of the doubt, and maybe she is having a new experience. Maybe she has always had her groceries delivered, so she's never actually been in a grocery store. That's totally fine, but, like, I don't know. I feel like if that's the context, we probably should have heard that.
I'm just sitting here laughing.
And then literally her friend comes into the store and is like doing the little, what is that? Is that the parade wave? Like, what? I don't know what that is, but, like, man, I don't know. Nance says the blonde stereotype is strong on this one. You know, she is mystified by everything she sees. And I want to give her the benefit of the doubt that maybe she's just having a new experience in a grocery store, but it comes off as so condescending when she's literally just at a normal grocery store that normal people shop at. Come on. Just laughing. Literally just hitting record over and over to laugh at people.
I'm just sitting here laughing. Their fruit does not look good.
Okay.
Like, all their fruit looks bad. I just looked at Lauren.
All of it. All the fruit is bad. Every single... Okay.
I'm stressed out. I'm mad at Sam's. Sam's Club and I are not friends.
She's mad.
Oh!
Okay. So, looks like she got some onions. I guess those aren't bad.
They fill it with all the sweet.
Oh, wait.
Guys,
Potatoes?
This is not good. Maybe I'll just do these.
What's not good? Like, what are you... I don't understand what's not good. Maybe I'll just do these. Is she just getting multiple kinds of potatoes? I'm not even seeing what she's buying.
Aaron, I know, needs some stuff for his salads. At this point, I'm just grabbing shit.
Okay, so what kind of salad are we making where celery's the main ingredient? I don't know. I feel bad for whoever Aaron is. Let's grab some, what are these called? Soon sheeps? Soon sheeps? Never heard of them. That's a weird, small town thing, probably.
I'm like, low-key, we should just order out, because this is crazy.
I'm like, low-key, we should just order out, because this is crazy. What's crazy? You're just filming a grocery store. Like, I want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, but Lord have mercy. Like, you're just filming hot dogs, ma'am. I don't know. I don't know what you expect. What are they supposed to do? What do the hot dogs look like at Sam's Club? Because it's the same thing, just bigger. With 50 more brands. Okay, Nance says, this is Tops. Okay, so that is the name of a store that is in the New York area, according to Nance. He says, so this is in the New York area. I shop at Tops all the time. Okay, I thought you were saying, like, this is Tops. Like, this is the top. She is definitely, I don't know, man. It's close to the top. She's offending people, for sure. Black Magic says, low-key, shopping and making your own food is scary. Low-key, we should just order out because I'm terrified of being around other human beings. That, if you just said that, if you were like, I've never been in a grocery store before, all this stuff is crazy to me. I love it. I love that for you. I love a new experience for anyone. You know? But without that context, though, I'm feeling like this is disdain. And she is being condescending about the quality of groceries at this fine establishment, which Nance says is called Tops. I don't know how you know that, but I don't know if it is in New York or not. But that would be funny because both of these, the other story we're going to talk about later is in New York City. Alex Drought in the chat, what is going on, my man? He says, oh, no kidding, Tops was my second job. There used to be some around Cleveland. Okay. See, I've heard of them, but I've never been to or seen one. And that makes sense if they're mostly in New York. Nance says Tops friendly markets. Okay. They have bigger stores and smaller stores. My mom works at one in town, and it's 1/3 the size of a bigger location. Imagine that! Having a smaller location you know, with like the same types of items in it, but like maybe fewer of each item, or maybe like fewer brands of each item, and like maybe just the same exact shelves and everything as a real regular size grocery store, just smaller. I completely foreign concept on TikTok, apparently. They can now, if all again, I would also have a problem with this scenario, but I could also understand if she was like always goes to Erewhon. Like she lives in California and she was born like 3 days ago, and the only grocery store she's ever been to is called Erewhon, and it's the fanciest grocery store of all time, and really overpriced versions of just the same exact produce that you buy at your grocery store. So, Tessa in the chat, what is going on? She says hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. So, I don't know. I don't get what she's highlighting here, because it's not like again, like if she was just used to like a Pretentious store or something, then fine. But this looks no different to any other store, at least to me, except it's smaller, I guess. I don't know. How many kinds of hot dogs do you need, lady? Jeez. And then the acting like what is it? You came here to buy celery and sun chips, and you're complaining about the quality of the groceries? I don't get it. Boom chicka pop. Okay.
I'm like, low-key, we should just order out, because this is crazy. I don't see...
Like, looking around, just like her eye line was above all of the shelving. Like, what are we looking at? I mean, and I'm trying to be on your team. Tell me what the thing is. Because without her specifically saying what the problem is, it makes it seem like she's just like, ew, poor people.
Any 100% beef?
And also, Sam's Club is not the place where if you shop there, I don't know, man. I don't know how Sam's Club has warped her mind. Maybe she's never been inside of a Sam's Club, and she only gets the deliveries, so she doesn't know that they look exactly like this.
This is absolutely insane. Lauren and
It's
I
insane.
literally just keep saying we're fucking mad at Sam's Club.
The what? I missed that one.
We're fucking mad at Sam's Club. I feel like I'm in a simulation right now.
A simulation? Ma'am, you're buying Goldfish crackers. What do you mean you're in a simulation? What is different about the Goldfish crackers that makes you feel like you're in a simulation? I'm sorry to keep pausing at bacon strips. I don't know what we're upset about, but I'm upset at this lady.
That's fine.
Like, look at this cart. This cart is insane. They went here with no list. They have hot dogs and hot dog buns, 3 kinds of chips, and a watermelon. And potatoes, and the other girl grabbed a jar of pickles. I don't... What are we making? I'm terrified of... I hope they don't have kids. Because at least her husband, he could figure something out. You know, she's bringing him celery for his salad or whatever. I don't know what we're making. I don't mean to judge, but she's judging, so I'm going to judge. Christina Lynn in the chat. What is going on, Christina? She says, hey, everyone. Hey, back to you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for watching the replay. I appreciate you. We are talking about a woman who had her first day on Earth and went to a grocery store.
I feel like I'm in a simulation right now. For my 4-year-olds. This is the only kind of pickle. That's fine.
That was it. I feel like I'm in a simulation right now, and then Goldfish crackers. I don't what simulation? You got burger buns and burgers in here. And chips. Yeah, hamburgers and chips, Nance says. And she said the Goldfish were for her 4-year-old. Okay. She's in a simulation, though. Okay, no, that's a good point. See, she sets the goldfish are for her 4-year-old, so children are depending on this woman to make them a good meal. Okay. You know, I'm kind of glad Meech isn't here. She would be so upset at this lady.
Like, we're fucking mad at you.
She says, I feel like we're effing buying Sam's Club? I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of it.
I feel like I'm in a simulation right now for my 4-year-old.
This is the only kind of pickle.
That's fine.
It's the only kind of pickle. Because when poor, you only have one kind of pickle. Okay, now we have some ears of corn. I don't know what's wrong with that, but that looks pretty good to me.
Aaron needs them for a salad, too.
I'm really concerned for Aaron. Is Aaron one of the other children? Because Aaron is now making a salad out of ears of corn and celery. Nan says that's scary. She can't provide for herself. Yeah, she really, I don't know. I feel like she should be supervised. Or maybe an adult could have helped her put a list together before they went to the store.
Okay, I'm seeing ribeye or...
Okay, she's wearing a Montauk shirt, okay? That's a town right at the tip of Long Island. So maybe that's where they are? I don't know, dude. I just...
And this is not a laughing matter.
I know. It just...
Strip. Do you like ribeye or strip better? This is crazy.
Buns are crazy. Do you like ribeye or strip better? So she did find steak that she liked, but there's no fruit. Nance says that's the yuppie area. I used to vacation in an area near there called Greenport, and it was very nice and not that expensive. But yeah, they're probably up there on Long Island for vacation. You're exactly right. I don't want to blow up the spot of this grocery store. Actually, I wish I could give him some props, you know, because it's actually a nice little store, and she's just being terrible.
This is crazy.
It's crazy to see buns.
Normal eggs. Oh,
There's no normal eggs. What do you mean by that, ma'am?
shit. Those are ours, simply because... Right. Those are ours. Definitely have to hit...
Just to let you know, all of the eggs in the grocery store, all those chickens are mostly in the exact same type of conditions, okay? From someone who is in the bird and egg business, let me tell you. Cage-free doesn't mean anything. And it's all fake. So, don't worry about normal eggs. That's funny to me, though, that she can't buy any eggs. There's no normal eggs. Yeah, Black Magic says there's no normal eggs. They're all square here. Yeah, exactly. They only have dragon eggs. It's so strange.
Definitely have to hit...
I went to the wrong spot.
Normal eggs. Oh, shit. Those are ours, simply because... Right. Those are
The steak looked really good, actually.
ours. Definitely have to hit... Beep, beep. We have to hit the fruits and veggies again.
I can't. Nance is probably fully organic and free range. Okay, so free range, for anyone who's curious, free range and cage free. Free range actually, you know, does exist, but not at grocery stores. You gotta buy them from like a co-op or something like that. Or like a local egg person would have free range birds. On egg containers, when it says pasture raised, that's the same trick as cage free. So the way they do cage free is they say that a bird must have access to an outside area for a period of time, okay? And likely they will never access that area, even given the opportunity, because it'll just be like a little square of dirt that's outside, and they just live in their little cage their whole life. Same thing with pasture raised. It's they're given an opportunity to go outside, but they're not going outside. They live in a big bird barn. Tops butchers their own meat at each store themselves, minus some of the chicken. See, that's actually amazing. That's why you'll find some of the best meat there, I bet. Nan says they have an actual butcher room in the meat section, with most having a meat counter. See, that's awesome. I didn't know that. She didn't mention that in this because, you know, she's too busy hating everything that's not Sam's Club. But that is really cool, because you can get things at a butcher that you wouldn't be able to get at the grocery store, and probably higher quality too. So I like that a lot. That's really cool. I'm glad you knew that, Nance. But yeah, so that explains why they got awesome steaks. But I don't understand what... She doesn't actually outline specifically what her problem is with any of these things.
We have to hit the fruits and veggies again.
We have to hit the fruits and veggies again. I thought they didn't have any, and they're all bad.
How much do you...
The cart is, like, full now, and I'm kind of terrified, like, what these kids are gonna have to eat.
Pay me right now?
I mean, not a lot.
Just a little bit. I don't think I could have ever gotten Lauren drunk or high enough to be in this place right now.
Like, can you get...
Why?
Baby, I can't get nothing. Baby, there is...
What's wrong with that tomato? What do you mean? It's still on the vine? Like, that looks great. What do you... Okay.
Baby, I can't get nothing. Baby, there is no plane.
What?
Oh, I didn't see that. My bad.
What's wrong with those?
Don't even ask. A crazy experience. An absolutely insane experience. The greatest
Insane.
part is that guys are there, so all we have to do is drive. I love it!
Oh, they don't have to unload the car. That's what they mean. Okay.
I'm with this cart. So you can...
Holy shnikes. You could tell the lady at checkout.
Oh my God.
Now it started raining.
She
What
had to
is
take
happening?
the cart back?
Literally, what is happening?
Did the store cause it to rain? Does it only rain in small towns? Has she experienced rain before? What is happening?
Checkout. Now it started raining. What is happening? Literally, what is happening?
Literally, dude.
Not it randomly started raining.
Jesus, it was!
What is happening to us?
Jesus, take the
I literally
wheel.
was like, what is going on right now? All I know is we gotta go.
We didn't get ice.
Look at that. Best face of the whole video right there, dude. We gotta get ice. I mean, this is what lists are for, by the way.
We didn't get ice. We have to go to Green Mart.
We have to go to Green Mart. Nance, what is Green Mart? Is that an organic grocery store?
I gotta go in there. I gotta go shop local.
This part makes me the most mad of the entire video. Did you guys hear that? She has to go to Green Mart. She's gonna go to Green Mart to get ice, okay? And listen to what she says.
I gotta go shop local.
Really? You're gonna go shop local? Well, you just shopped local and all you did was talk trash about the store while you were patronizing it. What do you mean shop local? You hate shopping local, and you both had a panic attack because it wasn't Sam's Club. This is what shopping local means, not going to Sam's Club. I don't know. maybe I'm misunderstanding this whole situation, but to me, this seems really, that is tough. Nan says you can take something from the cooler like a huge meat roast and have it cut up however you want. See, that's sweet. That's awesome. Okay, so that's definitely coastal. He says there's no Green Mart around him. Okay, so you're around, like, the falls, so... Yeah, so they're out there in Montauk.
I gotta go in there. I gotta go shop.
Gotta go shop local, guys.
We have
She's like acting like they just went through this dangerous scenario.
we have to get ice.
It's like, we just forgot it. Pretend we forgot it. Alright, we gotta go.
Pretend we forgot it, guys. Just pretend. We gotta get out of here. It's not safe. Let's see what the comments had to say. I love the comments. I'm irritated, bro. It's just a grocery store. The fact that the grocery order originally was for Sam's Club too. Isn't that Walmart? You're not that bougie. Is she high? I'm so confused. The way this is nicer than my local grocery, I cannot handle people like this. Mine is smaller. They posted that girl. That's funny. It is same vibe. What is this? And she points her camera at completely normal looking potatoes. Yeah, that's what I thought too. And the same thing with she thought she was in a simulation buying hamburger buns and goldfish crackers. Ned says these people are allowed to raise kids and vote. She is feeding children. Somebody named Aaron is going to eat a salad made of corn on the cob and celery. What kind of salad is that? I don't see any 100% beef. And then literally they screenshot 100% beef hot dogs right there. Saying this is crazy, then just turning the camera to a grocery cart. I cannot believe people like this are real. How removed from society do you have to be to think like this? She discovered normal life and thought it was a simulation. Some influencers experience normal life like it's an escape room. That's pretty good. I like that. So yeah, man, there's a lot of good comments. But yeah, that girl got absolutely dragged as she
Sam's Club canceled our order 3 different times, so we are in.
She pulled down the video. It got deleted, of course. So that's gone. But no one forgot, and people are still talking about it. Like a week later. So I don't know, man. This is out of touch on a level that I have not seen in a while. Since like the Christmas stuff, really. Some of those are pretty rough. But, okay. So, this other creator we're talking about, she goes by 2 initials. I don't want to get it wrong. They go by 2 initials. EK, okay? This is EK and sharing the story of a nightmare roommate situation, okay? Two people live in
gals, everyone in between. This story,
they live in New York City, okay? And it's hard to find a place in New York City. So what I understand is that the creator who's telling the story, EK, is subletting a room from a girl who lives already at the apartment. It's her name on the lease, okay? So the girl who's on the lease is going back and forth. She's not sure if she's going to stay at the apartment or not. And this puts EK, who is subleasing, in a tight spot. Because now they have to find a new place to live, and it's hard to find a place to live in New York City. When even for a person who makes a lot of money. But, as you will find out, EK has non-traditional employment, and I guess the money isn't coming in like they expected it to, or maybe like it used to. Maybe all the attention from this has given them some more sales. I hope so, but it's an interesting business that seems like a side hustle, and it has become their like normal thing, and it has led to a mess. So let's get into it. This is Amy Robinson. This is the first video about this series called Woman Launches a 30-Part Expose on Her Nightmare New York Roommate. And the truth comes out.
I tell you, you're gonna wanna stick your booties down.
Becky, what is going on? She says hello, folks. What is going on, Becky? Good to hear from you. I was going to send you a message to make sure you're doing okay.
This girl called EK, who's like this full-time artist in New York City. She's got a roommate. She is out here calling the roommate all these different names.
Okay, so she is the proper.
And it's all completely the roommate's fault. There's a lot of these
I don't want to mess that up. I try to get everybody's.
So people have been calling her Fire Escape
Girl.
I've earned my badge of honor of being resilient in the face of what feels like absolutely impossible circumstances. No one can take that away from me. And as I move through this next couple of weeks, I know that energy is going to carry me. I know I belong in New York. New York is home. I'm not going anywhere. I'm so proud of myself.
Basically, New York City roommate drama. We got screenshots. We've got the roommate that's spoken out. Roommate is actually called Marlyn, I believe. At least this is how you spell. Marlyn came out and she was just like,
I love hearing her videos. That's the best.
Part series about me. So and honestly, I don't even know her. I don't even know the girl.
We're gonna keep it short and straight to the point because
this is okay.
30. I genuinely don't know how.
Okay, all right. This is Marlyn. She is the girl who has. This is the girl who has the apartment. Okay, and she's helping out EK because, as you'll find out, by some mysterious circumstance, EK has had to move 6 times in the past year. I don't know what the common denominator is on that yet, but we'll find out. So here's Marlyn.
30? I genuinely don't know how any of this is my fault. You started subleasing a few
30
weeks
videos
ago.
is what she's referencing.
A sublease is temporary by definition, meaning I don't owe you shit.
She subleased off of me, and she's out here calling me this, that, and the third because I said that.
And she helped her out to find
so this
temporary
is
housing.
A complete nightmare. But we're going to go through it. I need to talk about this with someone because this has well and truly been just a great bit of drama to follow. So settle in for a long one. So there's a guy called EK. EK is up here, okay?
Eric Freeze in the chat as well. He says, how late am I? You are right at the beginning of the second story. Okay, so this is EK. She has a roommate named Marlyn, and it's a situation, okay? Something's going down, and it's so good. I love this. Also, guys, I got you a gift, and we have YouTube Premium now on this account, so no more ads, no more weird YouTube ads when we are going through these videos. So
EK actually goes under the name of Cozy Grocery on the TikTok. She makes the little, is it Polymer? Those little almost clay-like things. She makes like fidget things for anxiety, yeah? She makes them. She says that she has a full Polymer, those little
Now, if you're not familiar with what this little cat thing is, Meech in the chat, she says first. Okay, Meech, it's probably good you are joining us now because that first girl would have made you so mad. So mad. I'm sure you saw the video on TikTok, but yeah. Okay, so if you're not seeing what the business is here, these little cat things, right? Meech says, I was on a flight. That's my excuse. Well, hey, have a great flight. Or I hope you had a great flight. Cheers to you. Happy Friday. And also thank you for being here. I hope you had a good week. But yeah, so these things, you put your thumb in the middle of it, okay? It's like you kind of like rub your thumb on it. It's like a fidget toy combined with like a worry stone, if you've heard of that. It's like both. And then she decorates it like a cat. And that is how she affords an apartment in New York City. Okay? This is not an episode of House Hunters. This is real life. Okay? Becky says that is a good excuse if you ask me. Absolutely. Meech says some flight Wi-Fi is too weak for streaming. I've never even tried the Wi-Fi on the plane because I just assume it's going to be not worth the money. So that is totally believable there. But okay, so she makes these plastic cat worry stone things, and that is her business.
Almost clay-like things. She makes like fidget things for anxiety, yeah? She makes them. She says that she is a full-time artist living in New York.
And I'm a full-time artist in New York
Eric
City.
says apartment hunters. Yes, exactly.
That has been my full-time income since moving here.
Key thing to note is that she has got through 5 subleases in a year. Okay, if you're not aware of subleases generally is a short-term thing used for if you need someone to fill a space in the house, and it's usually for like a short period of time.
Sure.
It's usually done through the tenant. It's not signing a lease. It is a sublease. So it is one of the tenants.
Black Magic says that's crazy. I'm in the wrong business. I need to make polymer figurines.
In the UK anymore, or like it's stricter. I can't remember which one it is. She says that she agreed to a 2-month sublease. In later videos, she says that she actually went via the landlord and got this sublease through the landlord. But apparently there was talk of adding her to the lease in July. It was a verbal agreement.
Through all of last year, I've just been aching to find home. I felt like this place was...
Now, a lot of people are calling this girl the New York City fire escape girl because when she wants to make these videos, these catty videos talking about how horrible her roommate and her landlord are, she goes out on her fire escape, I guess climbs out the window and just stands out there, sits out there and films. Eric says, wait, they charge you for Wi-Fi on the plane? You know, the planes I've been on, yes, they charge you extra for that to use it, and I opted to not do that. Meech says, House Hunters, wife is a shoelace designer, and husband is a professional cake candle lighter. Budget is $3 million. Exactly. Girl who makes polymer cat figurines needs an apartment in a high-rise in Manhattan. No problem. I believe Spirit Halloween uses subleasing. Yes, they do. Spirit Halloween leverages subleasing very well. It would be funny if they sublet a bedroom in a New York apartment as a Spirit Halloween. I would love to see that. Meech says some airlines charge for Wi-Fi, but I usually have frequent flyer status for free Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you have either the credit card or the airline card, you can get the Wi-Fi that way and get it for free if you fly a lot. So that's cool. But yeah, I don't know. I just downloaded a couple things to my phone and was just like, all right, I'll make it. It's 2 hours. It's fine. Okay, so tragedy befalls the New York City balcony.
That's it. My room faces a backyard, so I get to hear the birds. It has a rooftop, and I can see the entire skyline. It's perfect. I have one roommate, and when I met them, it seemed like everything was fine. There was a verbal agreement we were going to be re-signing in July.
In May, she signed the sublease. Allegedly, it was with the landlord. Then it was like a 2-month
May to
sublease.
July. Okay.
She moved her and a cat in, and then she was going to be doing her art
Not the
full
cat.
time. She has had a really
She got a cat
difficult
here.
time with her family.
Eric says world's smallest spirit Halloween. It wouldn't surprise me though. I bet they would do
make it in New York. They were meant to revisit it in July, but it was a verbal agreement.
When I moved in May, her tone changed, and it felt like she started policing me over things that were so elementary. I'm about to turn 30. This person is mid-20s. She would not allow me to store things on the top 2 shelves in the cabinet because it, quote, stresses her out. I had a different dish rack than her, the one that has walls on this side. She just had a flat dish rack where she would just kind of awkwardly and haphazardly pile up the dishes, and I was like, hey, I've got this other dish rack. Would you be open to us giving it a try? Immediately she shut it. My entire issue with her through this last month has just been her lack of compromising. And so a few nights ago, I received a text.
Okay. The TikTok editing style of cutting all of the natural breath and space out of lines just is... It's a lot. But even if you think those things are weird, this is her apartment. This is Marlyn's apartment. So if she doesn't want you to use the shelf and she doesn't want your whatever dish rack you brought, then that's her prerogative because she's doing you a favor by allowing you to stay at the world's smallest spirit Halloween.
Of her being like, please remember that the top shelf in the fridge is mine. I have just my gallon of milk stored up there in my creamer. Like, you can keep your milk here, but you need to move the creamer. And I was like, is there a reason why?
Oh,
because
shoot.
you don't have that much stored on that shelf.
She's got the
she
microphone.
says that when she moved in May, she says that the
She's got the
roommate
going
was
viral
like strange.
DJI
Basically, the
microphone.
roommate Marlyn didn't really like.
That's how you
wasn't
go
very
viral,
communicative,
dude. You get the DJI
Didn't really talk
out.
to her that much. I don't know. They didn't really do
Let's
a lot.
do it.
There was a whole thing of like fairy lights where EK wanted to put up these fairy lights. And Marlyn in the communal area, and Marlyn was like, I don't really want you doing that. Also, something to do with the
Fairy
shelf.
lights.
Marlyn was like, this is my shelf. And EK was just like, okay, well, can I keep something up there because you don't really use it?
Yeah.
I don't know. The vibe that I was getting was that them two were just not well suited together.
We don't even interact. She has her own front door in her bedroom. She doesn't even come through the living room. I stay in my room most of the time. We're kind of on different schedules.
But either way, EK then
She has her own door to her bedroom.
This really long worded
That sounds like a great
message.
setup.
I need to be honest with you that I'm becoming more frustrated with our communication. I've been fully cooperative with every request you've made since I moved in, and I haven't felt like you've been open to compromise or considering trying something new.
Okay. It's a big thing. She's saying like, yo, this is my house, blah, blah. She wants a little bit more control because she pays rent there too. Which I get, but like also if you're subleasing from someone and they say don't do this or that, then you kind of have to go with it because that's how a sublease works. But
what to call it? But she basically starts crying about like a hawk going after a bird.
Okay, here we go. Immediate reaction was just despair and desperation, and you can see it in my response to her. It's
I
like,
watched
are we for
Amy
real?
talk about
Did I
this.
do something
This
that
girl
offended you?
is
Because
so
I really want to
entitled.
stay. I'm very happy here. Mental health is so much better, and it was funny seeing her come back with, really, you're happy here? Your text says otherwise. And it was like,
the
what do you
level of
mean?
entitlement
My text is
from the
specifically about
previous
your
video
communication style, how you're unwilling
has
to
thrown the
compromise.
scale
I was in
off
the park a few
completely.
weeks ago. I saw a hawk capture a smaller bird and flew up into the trees, and I hear all of the little birds squawking around it, and it was very traumatizing. I absolutely
was
sobbed
traumatized
watching the
by a
feathers
hawk
float down. Posted
being
about it
a
on my
hawk.
Instagram story, and some people responded being like, I don't care that, the hawk needs.
Now, wasn't the whole thing about why this apartment is awesome is because of the birds and the sky? And then she saw a bird being a bird, and
It is just not right. Nature is neutral. Hawks exist to balance the ecosystem so there isn't overpopulation. They aren't doing this to be evil. They're just existing. They're just eating. I continuously keep the peace because it was never safe for me in the past to speak up. Because when I did, I'd either get physically hurt,
the roommate? Is that what she's saying?
Emotionally abused. Last few months, I've been really working on myself, and it was sort of one of those moments you're like, I either eat or I will continue to suffer and eventually die.
I understand the story. I understand the analogy. I get what she was trying to say. My point being is that I do feel like she has taken a lot of her own, like...
Wait, so she felt like she needed to be the hawk, and that's why she wrote that 5-page text message to her roommate that her roommate probably didn't even want to read all of. I mean, Lord have mercy. So they're fighting about fairy lights and whatever, and the roommate is not bending.
Going to be sharing my food with her. I think that must have been when it shifted. I wasn't doing her dishes for her. I've been in 5 different sublets. I just like to keep my shit to myself. I can coexist with someone. I'd love to be friends with my roommate, and so I shifted my energy.
Now, if you want to share food with your roommate, I think that's a perfectly normal thing to do because you only have one refrigerator and you only have one kitchen. Why would you not just make a meal together and eat together? That totally makes sense to me. I don't know why she's against that, but I guess it's fine if you don't want to mix food. That's fine. Eric says, why would someone say no to fairy lights? Most of them are battery powered or USB power, so they aren't going to catch fire or anything. I agree. I don't think it's about the electric either, because I believe their arrangement is that EK pays the electric bill and she pays the other bill. Yeah, I don't know what, I don't think it was a power issue. I think it was just like, she's like, I don't like fairy lights, but I don't know. I agree. I like some, as you can see, I like some lights, you know? Who doesn't? Put the lights up. But also, it's her apartment, so you gotta respect, you know? You gotta have compromise.
I would love to hear directly from this ex-roommate. Why is this ex-roommate being so messy? Was this ex-roommate already really good friends with EK? Unless the roommate found her.
Right. There's a lot. There's a lot.
People into the room or to even
and she's been at 6 places in a year.
Something like that. I moved into a new apartment a month ago. I was on a 2-month sublease. It was verbally agreed upon. We were re-signing together in July. It's okay if someone changes their mind. The issue is the reasons why were lies. Over this last week, I've been waiting for her to send photos of her room so I can make a post and look for my own roommate. She said that she would. Texted her yesterday asking when she was going to send the photos. Yesterday was Wednesday. She said, I'll send them on Monday. I'm like, bitch, it's like 3 photos. Maybe she is still looking for a roommate to fill my room here.
Then EK's like, I can't wait until Monday. I need them ASAP so I can make a listing. Please send sooner, by Friday at the absolute latest.
Yeah.
And Marlyn says, I can't sooner. Thank you for your patience. And Marlyn says, I need them sooner. It's literally like 2 photos. Why do you have to wait until Monday?
Yeah. So basically, Marlyn is trying to make an ad / find a roommate for when this girl moves out. And said, hey, can you take 2 pictures of your room so I can post, you know, whatever. Nugget Man in the chat, he says, yo, party peeps, what is going on, Nugget Man? Hope you had a good week. Happy Friday to you. But yeah, so I don't understand why it's such a problem just to take a couple of
Do you not even have photos from...
I think she's dragging it out because she doesn't want Marlyn to find someone else
and you
to
moved
move
in. I'm not asking a lot from you at all. There's no reason for it to take you a week to send me this. And then Marlyn says, I'm sending Monday. Thank you again for
sorry, I was reading it backwards.
I can understand the frustration that Marlyn is not sending the photos. I get that. I understand the frustration. But EK is literally coming at this like, boom, 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 like... I get it. I understand. It must be a stressful situation. But as we're about to find out in just a minute, the reason why Marlyn is taking so long is because she went on and she had conversations with the landlord, etc., etc. And a way of her being able to get back her security deposit would be to empty the room and then take photos, okay? And then have people look. So that's the reasoning why she didn't want to have people touring around the room because she wanted to make sure she got her security deposit back. This is with you in person, yes. Probably to explain why. And EK's like, no.
So she sends this text. Just so we're clear, my plans aren't finalized yet. And if I stay, we're not renewing. Like, no shit. Last night was a bad night for me anyway. And I was like, I'm not even...
So at this point, Marlyn was trying to maybe move to a different place. And what that would mean is that EK would have to file an application to stay at the apartment under her own name and find another roommate. Or she would have to also move out as well. Nugget Man says, I'm still working. I will listen back. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, definitely. Thank you for jumping in while you're still at work. Don't work too hard. It is Friday after all. Gotta crack one open. Crooked Orchids in the chat. She says, hit that like button, bacon strips. Definitely do that if you have not. I appreciate that. She says, jumping in at dinner still. Well, that is so kind of you. I hope you had a good dinner. We are talking about some roommate drama. This is getting a little out of hand.
Even responding. Some people on my Instagram story responded and said that I was too stern in my text, and I was like, how? Because I am just talking logistics.
I agree.
She's wanting to have some fuck-ass heart-to-heart, be vulnerable as a woman. I'm just asking for photos so I can make a listing. I think she's doing this intentionally to fuck with my...
I don't know why she has this attitude shift when before she was being so emotional about New York City back against the wall. I'm the hawk. I gotta swoop in. You know, like, and now Marlyn is trying to gently give her some advice on a girl-to-girl level, and she's not receiving it.
My mind and joy and peace, and I'm not going to let her do that.
So they're not getting anywhere. Roommate then basically turns around after all of this, like, backwards and forwards, and she's just like, okay, well, to be honest, like, if I do end up staying, we're not going to renew together. If I leave, then obviously you're going to have to sort things out. And I feel like this is because EK was being so, like, abrupt. Once she then got from Marlyn was probably... it wasn't what she wanted to hear. Just so we're clear,
Nugget says, strange coincidence, KO and I pop in at the same time.
I'm still figuring out my options and waiting for clarification before making a final decision. I understand you are trying to plan ahead, but at this point, I can't guarantee that I'll be moving until I have all the information and make a final decision.
How could she?
Once I know for sure, I will let you know. I feel like if they'd have had this conversation in person, it would have...
That's always the best way to handle it. Stop texting each other. Stop posting screenshots of your text messages with people.
But unfortunately,
and just talk like human beings.
Because there was just so much butting heads, it didn't work out like that.
I mean, obviously, I'm going to be looking just in case. My friend thinks she doesn't even have the money to qualify to live here. You know, it would be really fantastic if I somehow come into just a shit ton of money, where I could just take over the entire lease myself. So that is where our story ends off for the time being. I have to wait until Monday to see if she'll send me these photos.
All she has to
do
is
not think
win
that
the lottery.
I think this roommate situation is giving me an opportunity to stand up for myself. The girl that used to live in my room, who I'm now friends with, texted and said this. You're all just in awe of, like, the bad bitch that you are, not letting her bully you. And I don't need to stoop to her level.
Following that, there was a lot of
that's big talk.
Uncertainty on what Marlyn is deciding to do. And I will say it again, I feel like there would be a lot more certainty had them two have A, just gotten along in the very first place, B,
just talk about it.
Have made,
like, literally just talk.
Like, just had a conversation in person.
Yeah, I mean, literally, that's all they had to do was just talk. And this whole thing would have been solved. She has one more little unhinged detail here in this video, but then people start to become aware of her 30-part TikTok saga, and then the truth starts to come out.
The apartment to myself for a month, like, to buy me time. I pay that rent and the security deposit, and I may have to pay for a guarantor, and it's a lot of money that I don't have because I've had a roommate, and so I'm not paying that much.
A guarantor is someone who signs for you when you don't have your finances together.
Much better causes than this.
She sets up a GoFundMe. And
got the GoFundMe, guys.
there are many different caveats to this.
Almost $5,000,
but she can't afford to lease it, and she can't find anyone that will be able to meet the income requirements. And she's struggling, and so she basically came on and she was just like, "Hey, I can't remember how much it was, but she's already raised nearly $5,000. The GoFundMe is actually up here. And to top it off and to make matters a bit more confusing, she then makes a video, which is her latest video, where she's turning around and she's saying, "Oh, I just want to be able to give back to people. So I'm going to take a portion of the money that's been donated and give back to causes."
To be fully transparent with you though, I set up a GoFundMe last week in preparation for this potential outcome, because covering the entirety months of rent for July and a security deposit and a third-party guarantor is a lot of fucking money that I don't have, that I'm not
but now you have $5,000.
I can afford to live here with roommates, and I am totally fine having roommates. I've just wanted like the chance to have time to find someone. Genuinely, the last thing that I want to do is steal from the community, especially from the people who have lived here all of their lives. My favorite thing is,
I don't know if you're stealing from the community when your supporters have donated that money to you for the express purpose of securing a safe place to live.
Who've lived here all of their lives and hearing their stories, and especially hearing about the communities that they grew up. People have supported me through this entire year, not just with this, supporting like my art with my worry stones or encouraging words, and that is not going to go to waste. Love to take a portion of what has been donated.
Oh, she calls them worry stones. Okay.
I'm going to do the research. I'm not asking you to do the research for me. People have helped me, but I also don't want to only just be receiving. I want to give back.
I'm all for giving back to causes. That's not it, but the thing is that you can't decide to spend other people's money.
Yeah,
they gave it to you for specific reasoning. Even if the causes you want to donate to are great and that they'd like it, you can't just play with people's money,
because they gave it to her for housing.
And then you can do that.
Use it,
and I'm sorry if
for
that
the
sounded
housing.
bad. Someone said, "At least it seems your GoFundMe is going well. I started one a couple months ago for my newborn son's heart surgery, and it's been going less than well." Someone else said, "Can people get their money back from the GoFundMe? Sad. I didn't give any, but people should get their money back." Someone else said, "And GoFundMe is still up for what?" It is paused for donations. It is paused for sending it, but people are pointing out, "I didn't hear one solution, so what are you doing with the money?" This is the thing, right? So she's basically gone from perhaps being able to have a conversation with Marlyn about like
just
one of them
stay in the place
someone's
one
got to
more
go,
month or whatever.
She could have gone, okay, well that was obviously my sublease, and I've got to look somewhere else.
Over.
It was only
all of it's blown up.
Sublease, but there was talk of her potentially going on past July. I'm assuming it is whether or not Marlyn and her got along. I don't really know. All I do know.
Well, also, another part of it was that if Marlyn left, she could obtain a lease of her own at the place if she was able to find someone to sign for her, or to have, you know, some sort of verifiable income from the cat stone business. But in the second video that Amy did, the truth really starts to come out about
that scandalous, juicy little bit of drama.
You really was going on.
What is New York if not your back is up against the wall, your dream just out of reach?
And she went on this like 30-part series rant, saying that she has some really scammy landlords, saying that her roommate is a real horrible, malicious person. The roommate has very much not said anything, all because her sublease agreement was coming to an end. She signed a sublease in May, and then it's like the beginning of July. It was meant to be up by the beginning of July, and the roommate basically went, "You know what, I want to move out." But then the roommate was like, "I want to move out." No, and she's selling them. Some of them she's selling for like $50.
I had such a hard time pricing my gray stones. Make these out of polymer clay. Some of them take 10 minutes, some of them take over 30. And I'm going to be charging $50 for this one, which feels ridiculous. I know how fucking awful the economy is right now. Who am I to charge $50 for something that's made out of clay when anyone can do that? I have to remind myself that not only am I creating something that's super cute and someone else is going to be supporting a handmade art shop, I'm also playing a very vital role in our world and creating
content that hopefully helps people laugh
Definitely
or feel
vital.
less alone. I'm creating tangible
What would the world
things that
be
people
without
can
the
literally
cat
throw into
racks?
their pocket. I've been so burned out with my shop. I've started making one-of-ones, trying to see how detailed I could make worry stones. A lot of people were like, it's so fun seeing, like, you know, this side of you again. Like, you seem like you're just really enjoying I don't know why I'm still holding that. Enjoying yourself. And it's like what I want from you. And I'm like, that's what I want from me too. Just have to, like, stop being afraid of, like, charging what I'm worth.
I mean,
Now,
like, she
this is
seems
not
really
something that I would
genuine.
want
Like,
anyway, so is that good? Is
I
that
don't know.
not? I don't know.
I want
I've
her
seen a
business
lot of
to
people
do
who are
well.
not very happy with it. Why am I here? I'm here today to tell you guys exactly what has gone on since.
Are you and your roommate fighting about a dish rack? Well, look no further, because Roadway has you covered.
Because not
Okay, sorry. I have not seen this one. I only watched the first video. That is Oh god, I activated the demon. You see that in the back? I laughed too loud. The demon got excited. Okay, so was she doing an ad read there, or was that just a skit? That was so funny. Are you and your roommate fighting over a dish rack?
here today to tell you guys exactly
Black Magic
what has
says
gone on
vital.
since.
Yeah,
Are you and your
vital.
roommate fighting about a dish rack? Well, look no further, because Roadway has you covered.
Because not only
Roadway
do we have
has you
EK
covered,
making her
man.
final announcement on the fire escape, we also have evidence of EK must have known, unless she was blocked from ever seeing the roommate's TikTok, because the roommate has been documenting herself trying to find another place to stay since like the beginning. We also have found out more information about
What if
this
neither of them knew
ex-roommate
that the other
of
one had a
Marlyn,
TikTok?
who is the roommate who is moving out. Okay, we've actually now come to some sort of a what the hell is going on, because the ex-roommate who actually subleased it to EK in the very first place, EK's befriended and has gotten all of this like top secret information about Marlyn out of her. Well, turns out that ex-roommate was actually a pretty dodgy individual and scammed Marlyn out of so
this was the one
money.
that was the girl who said that
the
Marlyn was like
not
weird,
friends
whatever.
anymore.
I put quotation marks because if you know my roommate, she's
I'm team Marlyn at this point. I don't know. I want both of them to do well, but I feel like Marlyn was being more honest
that same
about the
roommate
reality.
who is like not really to be trusted. She's feeding all of this information to EK, and EK has come on and regurgitated it, and is coincidentally, allegedly spreading lies about the roommate that she's living with. It's all a little bit convoluted, but whatever. Also covering the fact that Marlyn and her friend have actually found somewhere to live now, so Lord only knows what EK is going to be doing once she gets to the end of that GoFundMe money. We will find out. We will brace ourselves. The friend is actually spilling some tea on this whole situation.
The old woman has been having a public meltdown on TikTok for a month because my best friend decided not to re-sign her lease so that she could move in with me. And this woman has somehow convinced a bunch of people to give her thousands of dollars by lying.
So EK, should we just cover what she has to say? Because
the rapid fire thumbnails was brutal right there. Oh my god. Eric says, "Are you and your roommate fighting over a dish rack? Roadway's got you covered." Exactly, dude. I love that ad.
Of the first video I made was basically just talking about EK's 30-part series, all about her,
like her
horrible
tattoos,
roommate, an evil
got a cool
slumlord.
vibe.
I think is
I like
actually
the little
what
cat
she referred
rocks.
to the landlord as on the GoFundMe. I mean, yeah, EK does have a habit of kinda being a bit melodramatic. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand this is like what, her sixth sublease in a year, which is already going to say things. I did go back through her channel, and I have seen that she's very much documented pretty much every single move since going to New York. New York was a living dream for her. In some cases, I do think she is a bit melodramatic.
I'm about to move into a new apartment in New York City. I found my journals from when I was moving into this place, and I wanted to see how much I've changed. And this was the first morning that I was in this place. God, what a fucking stupid ass movie day. What an actual disaster. There was a fire in the hoarder lady's apartment the night before I moved in, and it caused the
Eric says
to
even
shut
her
down.
friend
I
is
had to
calling her
carry
out. I
every
know,
about
dude. It's
6
crazy.
flights of steps by myself, and my body is aching. I'm
I'm so exhausted, my mattress sucks, I miss my old room, and I feel very unhappy and uncomfortable. I really don't like sleeping on the ground. I just came across some tea about me and my roommate. Last night there was a whole weird-ass interaction about me wanting to get a microwave because he doesn't have one, and he was challenging me on it and how he doesn't usually need one.
See, I think the whole reason we have diaries, though, is to, not post everything on the internet, right? I don't know. Actually, I guess you can read your diary on the internet, sure.
Statement on this entire matter. I should end it here. My community has watched me struggle to find my footing in New York for over a year now. I got into a bad habit of just bouncing sublet to sublet, trying to buy myself time to get on a long-term lease. Anyone who has known me for years knows how much I love the city. So when I took the leap, I was so blessed to find success early on with my small business. But I also do other side gigs that the internet is not aware of. So it has never been an issue of not being able to afford rent. All of my bills have...
Okay, so she does have some sort of other job besides the cat rocks. Okay, that's good. I feel better.
Always been paid on time. I was just never supposed to take over an entire apartment and the security deposit and a guarantor all at the same time.
It's going to be a lot.
Documenting that on social media.
I don't know if they said how expensive the total
None
rent
of this would have
is,
happened
but I
had
bet
I
it's
not
like
come to social media in the first place. I have learned my lesson. I will not do this again.
What I do find great about this is that she is at least acknowledging the fact that none of this would have happened had she not have brought this to TikTok.
She's learned her lesson.
Marlyn might have actually
lav mics don't need a stand.
Come to some sort of agreement had she not have been posting about this every other day.
Clip it
Spreading
to your
nasty
shirt.
comments about Marlyn, who is her roommate, when her roommate is literally within like 30 meters of her.
And as my community was watching all of this unfold in real time, they were asking for other ways to support. I fully recognize now how tone deaf it came across by setting it up. I didn't consider that, and I should have. I am grateful that I have the privilege to have a platform to share my life and work with people. That's why once I finally get settled with all of this, I will be immediately
so she's getting some
with my
backlash
that's all
about
I've
the
wanted this entire time.
GoFundMe.
One is helping people who are unhoused, and the other is helping people
But
with
also,
mental health
she already
issues.
made
so
$5
many people have helped
grand,
me over this last
so-
year of me living in the city. I have always wanted to be able to pay it forward and pay it back.
And one of the problems, right, with this was that with the GoFundMe, she said that she wanted to give back to the community because a lot of people were really annoyed that she was actually able to get any of this money in the very first place. EK turned around and went, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take some of the proceeds and just donate it to causes. And this obviously made a lot of people annoyed because they were like, hey, we donated to
we were
you
talking about
so
that on the last
you
one.
could secure your own housing, not so that you could just use our money to make yourself feel better. Because that's what it is at the end of the day. You're taking people's money because you can't accumulate that money by yourself. You are deciding how to spend other people's money. That's never going to go down very well.
Black Magic says, and you have to hold the lav mic with your thumb and pointer finger with your pinky out if you're really fancy. Oh, I gotta have my pinky out. That's how you go viral. You gotta have... Okay, hold on. We got it. We got pinky. All right, we're ready. We're ready to go viral now. I'm ready. Oh, that was a rough pause. Sorry, Amy.
Well, I'm not really sure if she's still going to be doing that or not because she doesn't really make it very clear. She says she's going to try and give back. I don't know.
I'm serious though. There is a little
really
clip on it. See?
Anymore. I really hope she doesn't use people's money like that because that is opening up a whole different can of worms.
Now that I finally have stable housing, I get to do that. I just want to apologize specifically to my community. I'm so sorry for the confusion and the drama that it's created. I don't want to be this kind of person. This is not the energy that I want to bring to you. And I want you to know that moving forward, this is going to be a platform that uplifts other people in the community. I'm going to be taking a little bit of time from social media, but during this time, I'm going to be actively researching organizations I want to contribute to, both with my time and resources.
Because at the end of the day, like, her hustle is very much these polymer what does she call them? Kitcots?
See, or maybe I need my mic in the shot, like
anyone else
Amy
to actually move into the building, but you've got all this money. Maybe it would be wise just to get an additional job. She says that she has experience doing like photography and this and that, so maybe she could do something like that. I don't know, but whatever, it is what it is. But like I say, she has posted a lot of things that are pretty damn dramatic, so it's like, what is real, what is not. She has also been through a bit of trouble, I'm not gonna lie, with some of these subleases. Like she lived in like a roach infested place, and then she was living in the basement of another place. A few places just.
Eric says, so she didn't need a GoFundMe, but she made one initially. Yeah, she apparently did not need the money the whole time? I don't understand.
Unjustly, because you cannot afford the rent. Not very
It wasn't
fair.
because she couldn't afford the rent.
Really
She's rich. Okay.
That she had to move in the very first place.
No,
because I went back and I had a look through her roommate's TikTok. Granted, she could have been blocked. This is very possible.
This is the good part. This is why I love Amy. She dug through.
Like another account and just look. Marlyn has literally, the roommate has quite literally been documenting since the beginning of last month, her trying to find somewhere else to live. So whilst EK is going, I can't think of, like the roommate is just pulling the rug from underneath me, she's made it pretty damn clear, despite, yes, chopping and changing a few times.
Right, now we're gonna go ahead and check out the second apartment.
This one was in Flatbush.
Right
away from the entrance, I wasn't impressed. It looked old and just not loved.
Okay, so they're looking at an apartment that's $3,200 for 2 people. So there's a baseline. So let's say their rent's probably $3,500. That is a lot for one person to make, even if you have like a bartending job when you're not doing the cat thing.
Caitlin, who is Marlyn's friend, comes on and spills some tea about the dynamic of what exactly has gone on.
Are you and your roommate fighting about a dish rack? Well, look no further, because Roadway has you covered.
Also, during this whole time period,
that is the
Marlyn
best
has
clip,
come
dude.
on
I love that
and has
so
managed
much.
to get a actual sponsor with a moving company, mind you.
Okay, so it's a real ad. Okay, it's a real ad. That's great.
EK is absolutely seething at
I love this angle.
Marlyn's literally being paid to move.
Behind the
She's
scenes.
being paid to move out of the environment of which it was so toxic, she literally had to get out, and she is being paid to do so.
It's movie day, and I'm excited. I'm gonna get my movers some coffee. I got them the coffee, and my coffee shop gave me a mug to say goodbye and best of luck on my new endeavors, which I wanted to cry.
What a great day.
Was so sweet.
She got her move paid for by doing a TikTok for the moving company. I love it.
To new beginnings.
As someone who is type
There
B
you
and
go.
decided to pack last minute, literally the night before, I am so glad that I reached out to Roadway so they can help a girl out. When I tell you I was doing my laundry in the process of all of this, that's how type B I am. I went to go get my laundry from downstairs, came back up, and they were already done. Like, okay, I didn't know Roadway was like that.
What's actually gone on to happen is that Marlyn has in fact found somewhere. She has been posting since the beginning of June, literally the beginning of June, trying to find somewhere to stay. In fact, she has now recently actually signed
it's hard to find a place in New York.
Caitlin.
I've been living in the same apartment for about 3 years now, and I think it's time for a change. Today, me and Kaylin, my friend, are looking at an apartment. The price range is really good for the area. And yeah, we're just gonna check it out.
Okay. Black Magic says, you should clip that roommate and Dishrack quote for when people have problems with people they live with. Yeah, there we go. We'll isolate that, her little commercial clip. I'll pull it from her TikTok so it's good audio.
I'm pretty excited, also nervous. We really love the apartment, and we said yes.
We said yes to the dress.
So that's her friend she's moving in with. They look happy. That's awesome.
And yeah.
And she's
celebration dinner.
She says that the ex-roommate, who we're going to be discussing in just a minute, the ex-roommate was the one to actually sublease the room to EK.
Here's the scene. My best friend has been the leaseholder on an apartment for like 3 years, and her roommate moved out at the end of April and found a sublet, EK. So EK's moving in. It's May. The lease ends in June. Marlyn lets her know, I'm not going to be signing with you at all, okay? Like, you gotta either go or I'll find a new place and like you can try to take over this lease. A few weeks ago, Marlyn finds a place in Manhattan with me and officially tells EK like, hey, I'm gonna be leaving. EK starts to crash out because they don't have a job. They sell keychains and they don't have like the pay stubs needed to qualify for an apartment.
That is how the ex-roommate, the one that we hear all this out in the third about, the one who keeps on bad-mouthing Marlyn, she actually subleased it to EK. So it wasn't the landlord subleasing it, it was actually the ex-roommate. Caitlin also says that both of them are from Georgia and they both moved around the same time, and basically Caitlin finds it ridiculous how EK set up the GoFundMe and was calling...
She said in the first video, EK said, anyone who knows me knows I've been all about the city, or I'm all about New York City, or something like that. It made it sound like she's lived there for a decade. But I guess only
the landlord, an evil slumlord.
Starting GoFundMe saying my landlord is an evil slumlord. The landlord is like, hey, can you maybe qualify for the apartment? Like, hey, could you please send me a pay stub perchance? Like, the evil slumlords trying to remove me from my city. Baby,
this evil slumlord wants a pay stub? Cat Rocks don't give you a pay stub. Cat Rocks are life. I might order one.
Qualify for the apartment? Like, hey, could you please send me a pay stub perchance? Like, the evil slumlords trying to remove me from my city. Baby, me and you both were from Georgia. We're from Georgia. You both also moved here less than a year ago. I moved here.
We're from Georgia.
I signed a lease, started to work so I could pay the bills. Don't start a GoFundMe lying on my friend, saying that she has put you in some horrible, traumatizing situation. Lying on this landlord that is actually being extremely nice to you by, continuing to let you live there when you don't have the pay stubs and are probably not going to qualify for the apartment. He's actually giving you a chance to find someone to qualify for the apartment. You're not housing insecure. Someone is housing insecure when they work hard to make ends meet and the ends won't meet. You haven't tried to make ends meet. Let's go fill out a job application and let's go back to Georgia.
Okay. All right. Might have been a little bit harsh there at the end. Not everyone has a traditional type of job, but you do need to make pretty good money to pay $3,500 a month for your apartment. Eric says $3,500 a month for an apartment, but thankfully Roadway will make sure she doesn't fight over a dish rag with her roommate. That's right. And then EK's on there talking to her followers like,
thanks for the 20 bandos.
Yeah, we'll just find a new apartment.
And she very much points out the fact that actually this is not an evil slumlord, landlord, or whatever. Right. It's actually giving her time to find someone.
Everyone has done nothing but help her, and she's been acting like
there was miscommunication
she's
being fired
the
about.
victim
but
of
as soon as Marlyn went to try and have a conversation with EK just went really, really, really confrontational, defensive, whoever, whatever, and was like, no, I don't want to talk to you. Instead, she went to talk to TikTok, which even she admits was a bad idea, and shared the story with millions of people. And ultimately, I think that really cost her even being able to have a conversation with Marlyn about the transition being smooth. Because she does not earn the amount of money that she needs to qualify to live there. So she's having to rely on...
to live there alone. But I don't know, man. I feel like maybe it's like a generational thing and people are nervous to talk face to face anymore if something is like going to be a confrontation or it's going to be a difficult conversation. But when it's something as important as your housing, I don't know why she couldn't have just had a chat with her 2 months ago and resolved all this then.
On TikTok, I mean, the stuff like this falls through all the time. But who is the ex-roommate? Who is the ex-roommate, and why do they keep on being brought up every single of the video?
Yes.
Well,
moved in, it's funny because I had a weird sense of, I feel like she is going to expect us to share food, and I find out that she used to share food with a roommate before me, and so when she found out that I wasn't going to be sharing my food with her, I think that must have been when it shifted.
Well, if you had a little look down Marlyn's page, you will see Get Ready With Me and How My Roommate Scammed Me and Lied. A video all about this ex-roommate.
Eric says, I'm self-employed, so I don't have pay stubs. Yeah, exactly. I'm applying for an apartment. Nice to meet you. I have a YouTube channel with 150 subscribers, so that's how I make my money. Oh my god.
The ex-roommate who is coincidentally befriended EK and is telling
Stone hustling,
when
dude.
I tell you,
I mean, she's making enough money to live there for this long.
Came out
it
with
seems
receipts,
like she's making $1,800 a month, probably.
Came out with.
At least
she came out with like copies of their bills. She came out with copies of like all of this stuff, all the text messages of Marlyn confronting the ex-roommate. It's so messy. And it's so funny because the fact that this ex-roommate is calling Marlyn a mooch when what she did was the most moochiest mooch thing I've ever seen in my whole, nearly 30 years of seeing mooches in real life. This is a mooch with a capital M. Trying to dumb it down a little bit because the video is quite long. It's worth it if you want to go and have a little listen though whilst you're doing something. Basically, Marlyn and her friend, because this wasn't just her old roommate, this was a friend. Basically, they needed a guarantor. Okay, they needed a guarantor, which is essentially someone who co-signs and says, if these people do not pay rent, then I will pay rent on their behalf, or
if you don't have a real job,
if anything were to go wrong. They couldn't find anyone
a job at all
to be a guarantor, so they paid the separate. Can we even get it over here? I don't know. There is this separate company.
Yeah,
that
you
can
pay someone to be your guarantor.
But
you're paying so much, you might as well just pay for the
pay
thing.
Them money, and they will be your guarantor if all else fails.
You gotta have real bad credit
Rhino.
to do that.
Rhino is basically like a guarantor site for people in NYC. You can basically pay a monthly amount for Rhino to be your guarantor. So Rhino was under my name, and then the Con Ed bill was under my roommate's name. I told her, I'm like, hey, we should just pay those bills separately and just not send each other the halves because it's kind of stupid. It's the same amount. And she was like, yeah, let's do that. We've been living here for 2 years now. We re-signed the lease for the second year. We no longer needed the guarantor. And when we re-signed the lease back in June of last year, that's when we started splitting up the Con Ed bill. Future Marlyn, I am editing the video right now, and I wanted to add, before we stopped needing the Rhino bill, I've been paying it since January of last year. Meanwhile, she was paying the Con Ed bill. Beginning of June of 2025, she would send me receipts of the Con Ed bill. The bills were looking normal, looking at the normal amount. Okay. I don't remember or recall when she stopped paying, but I remember specifically her telling me that the Con Ed wasn't taking her payment anymore. And it was like on this pause.
They won't take
sort
my
of
money.
Ordeal. Was telling Marlyn that
the electric is on pause.
They just weren't accepting her payment when, like, I don't even
There's
need
no
to hear
way
any more on this.
she
didn't
have the money to pay, which is fine. But it's like
more out of you than they possibly.
Why are you gonna lie like that?
No sense. Well, they just wouldn't accept my payment. Nah, it's gonna.
How is she gonna lie when Marlyn paid the Con Ed bill for a year and a half or 2 years, whatever, before the girl even moved in?
Be like HMRC.
She's gonna
like,
know.
They will try
She's
everything.
lying.
Like they want any bit of scrap they can get. Them turning down money.
Sure.
Them turning down no.
Yeah,
impossible.
send
Won't
them
happen.
$2.
You
They'll
miss
be
a
like,
bill,
fine.
You get a phone call.
You still owe us the other $600.
Yeah, she's basically telling Marlyn that she's really, really, really frustrated and that she wants to pay this bill, but she can't because they just will not accept her payment. And I'm just thinking, surely you'd ring. Surely you'd be on the phone to them, like, hey, the money's being bounced back, even though impossible.
So the story is, since May, she hasn't been getting charged from Con Ed. And she's been going off about this. I remember it now. It's coming back to me. She has been calling. I put quotation marks because
I gotta see what she was saying.
She has been calling.
So we didn't get charged May and June now. And when I kept asking the guy, just charge it, you have my card on file, he said he can't. Because it's all balanced out to 0. And I'm like, well, obviously it's not 0. So, can you charge? And he was like, I can't. 3 emoji. I don't know, the whole thing is so stupid and annoying. But I can call again and see if they have the problem fixed. But I'm going to fight with them on the phone. If they try and charge us for the accumulation or months. Okay, so she's trying to say that these late fees, I'm sure they're getting, are because someone would not allow her to pay, not because she didn't pay. This girl, and then Marlyn says her screen name is Marlyn like the fish, so it is Marlyn. She says back, this is strange, but also not surprising. They suck. But be more stern. You got this. If anything, we can call together and I can talk to them. See, that's a good response, because then she could hear the full story.
I put quotation marks because if you know my roommate, she's non-confrontational and she doesn't like drama. So
Mega
I don't really think she called as much as she claims she did, but she says she called a couple of times. That might be a lie though. It most likely is.
Confrontation-ophobia.
But they basically told her they couldn't help her over the phone with the Con Ed bill, that they're just waiting to see, something like that, something along the lines of that. She hasn't been paying it for 3 months now. Because mind you, I was paying right now. So May, June, and I believe July, we had zeros in the account, right? So none of it was paid. And then there comes a bill of over $2,000, I believe. That's when my roommate
3 months of service.
They sent me a bill that's over $2,000 because I haven't paid these past 3 months. Which I was like, what the hell? I remember her saying that she called and she basically had it resolved, and they told her she didn't have to pay that. That's what she told me. She texted me, she said, hey, I got it refunded, whatever.
The $2,000? You got it refunded? How? How'd you do that?
This company would be onto you so quick, I can imagine. Time then went on, and the roommate had told Marlyn that, it had been resolved. And Marlyn just went on about her day, or her months rather. She actually went traveling during this time period, and she could see that her bills, their bills, were rising astronomically.
Yeah.
And she was getting really concerning. Confused. She was like, hold on a minute, what is she doing at home? I'm barely at home. I'm traveling. I'm living my life.
How's the electric bill $2,000?
So Marlyn actually ended up ringing the people.
Wait, side question. If you make polymer cats for a living, does that mean that you're running some sort of high-powered, oven, autoclave, cooking device, some type of thing to, make the clay harden? I don't know.
And being like, what's happening? And I mean, can you believe it? The roommate hadn't paid that big bill that she said that she would pay back. She hasn't been paying back.
The bill started getting higher and higher. Right. And this is where I started questioning why they were so high. Mind you, in these months, I started traveling more and I wasn't here as often. I think the bill that really took me,
So she's not even at the apartment. The other girl's there alone, and she is not paying the electric. So it's 3 months worth of electric is $2,000. Eric says she doesn't even have any money on the account. Yeah, probably not. Black Magic says, yeah, that's weird how they keep billing you if you don't pay it. Very strange. Yeah, I don't know why they would continue to bill you for your electricity service.
From my grade literally was our bill in February. So this past month, it was over $600. I ended up calling and I got this lady named Miss Brown. I could tell she was big business about her job. I basically asked her,
Miss Brown's about to blow it wide open.
Why is this bill so high? Why is it over $600? I was barely here for February. And why was it over $400 in January? I was barely there. And she tells me, hey, so this is the original bill, but you also have the payment plan that you made. She basically tells me that my roommate made a payment plan back in September. Payment plan for what? For the amount that we owed. The $2,000
that she didn't pay.
So the whole point is, who the
so
hell
she
was the
added
mooch
it
in this
on as
situation?
a.
It was the ex-roommate who didn't pay her bills.
As a payment.
And
Okay.
yeah, the ex-roommate ended up moving out, but obviously it left a really bitter taste.
Okay, so this is not EK. This is the ex-roommates set up a payment plan on the $2,000, and that was being repaid by both. Okay. I understand that.
And she then ended up after, like, you know, she ended up moving out, and she ended up subleasing it to EK subleasing it. And obviously she's going to say some horrible things, but I mean, if you read the text messages between Marlyn and the ex-roommate, Marlyn's just like,
but is
Girl,
EK paying the bill? Like what's happening?
You didn't tell me about the payment plan. You told me this was paid off. Why are we paying for this?
Yeah.
Like, literally, like, some of their bills were like quadruple, and the ex-roommate just didn't say anything, and she had to find all of this information out by just biting the bullet and ringing the people, being like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Right away. Message, like, trying to explain herself and kind of adding white lies. I feel like she's been white lying to me this whole time. It wasn't surprising if you know my roommate.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
And I basically tell her, when I get back, we can talk. I'm just pissed right now. I don't want to talk. She ends up apologizing, and she tells me that it wasn't intentional, that she made a payment plan of $100. Do you think I believe her? No, obviously not. But she said she made a payment plan of $100 and she didn't want to make it a big deal because she wanted to handle it herself. After she's done talking,
and then
I really wanted to rock her shit, actually.
Yeah, okay.
I decided to take a different route, and I was like, hey, like, am I surprised? No, but I'm disappointed. Thankfully, the lease ends in June, so we won't have to talk after this. The friendship is out the window. I basically told her that. I told her I don't trust her anymore. Trust is out the window.
Oh, no.
I told her I wasn't paying for this month or this past month because the bitch owes me money. She understood. She also tried to bring up the fact that she's been paying the Wi-Fi bill. Wi-Fi bill's like $50, and it equaled to me paying the Rhino bill. So I was like, okay, do you want me to just get my own Wi-Fi? Because I definitely can.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I would call that being a mega mooch.
Oh, no.
Okay? And she's out here telling EK all this stuff about Marlyn. And
yeah,
so,
that's crazy.
Like, I thought something like that was weird. So I
feel bad for
Marlyn's
Marlyn.
Just like, get me the hell out of here. Get
Marlyn's
me the hell out
the
of here.
victim
I fell out
here.
with my friend. My friend has now subleased.
So Marlyn, this is two different roommates who have absolutely just hosed this girl.
This new girl who has decided that she doesn't like me. So I'm gonna go. She's
The
probably
wrong
just
one
wanting
went
to wash
viral,
her hands
I
of
feel
this
like.
apartment, to be perfectly honest.
But
I mean, she has found somewhere else.
People
But I
realized
was really wondering, like, why has this ex-roommate got such a vendetta against Marlyn?
Yeah.
That's the reason why.
It's
and
weird.
it is interesting because she's literally the mega mooch. This ex-roommate, mega moochmas. And like I said a million times, like,
I absolutely agree with Amy's take there. If you're gonna have an apartment, you gotta pay the bills. It's pretty cut and dry, you know. Whatever agreement you make, you gotta stick to that agreement. But Lord, I don't know how they thought taking this to the internet was going to go their way. But I'm glad to see Marlyn having a happy ending there. Not sure what'll happen with Katherine Ebbs, because she's deleted the video and people are not letting it go. So definitely check out Amy Robinson's channel if you don't do so religiously. She is awesome. And she's covered a lot of other really funny, like, drama things that I didn't feel like talking about. So check out her channel. I will link it in the description. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for hanging out. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. 150 subscribers is crazy. I appreciate y'all. And Replay Gang, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much, y'all. Have a great weekend, and I will catch you on Monday for the extras. Peace.